Music lovers, welcome back once again to another edition of One Foot Production. Now, me personally, I've had one hell of a time finding like the perfect amp for jamming at home. One that has enough balls and sounds really good, but still can be taken if you have to do a show or two and not limited. Now, I have lots of amps that are 100, 120 watts. I mean, these things are huge. You guys see them like the Marshall one that behind me, but the problem is, to drive these things properly, you have to turn the volume and the gain up so damn much that it's almost impossible to use inside your home. Now, if I was playing Long Beach Arena, or the Donington Festival or something like that, these amps are great. But for in-home, for jamming along and having something that's really good in the in-home studio, it's pretty tough. Now, you guys heard we brought you the Orange. Now, the Orange was pretty cool, but I felt it had its limitations. Single channel amp, no loop at all for the effects. You really had to just mess with the controls. And even though it was pretty versatile for what it was actually more expensive than what I'm taking a look at today. Now, this is the Joyo Mjolnir. Now, you guys know what Mjolnir is. That's Thor's hammer, man. So obviously when somebody's gonna have the cojones to call an amp Thor's hammer, it better have balls. And I'm gonna tell you, you guys will be impressed. This thing does have a lot of balls. And currently right now in it, they just have the normal like, cheap like Chinese tubes that usually come in most amps. These tubes can be changed out to better tubes. You can get even more balls or even more radical sounds just by a simple tube change. Now, some of the things though that I really like about this amp is that it's 15 watts, but it has two channels, a clean channel and a distorted channel. Now, both the clean and the distorted channel have a boost. Now, right in the front of the amp, we'll start taking a look at that now. Now, this thing's made really, really durable. Solid steel case all around. On the top, you can carry it around anywhere you want to go. When we go all the way to the front, we see it's got the Joyo logo, then the Mjolnir name. Down below, we see the input jack. Then we see the clean, the distortion selector switch, and then the boost and normal. As far as tone control knobs, both channels get independent control. And you get gain, bass, middle, treble, master, and presence. For those of you who don't know what the presence switch is for, the presence switch is kind of another way to adjust those high frequencies. Now, you also get controls right next to that. One is the push selector switch, either on or off, and then down below that you also get another mid-cut. The mid-cut makes all the frequencies much lower and to make those really dynamic low tones you hear in like death metal and that kind of stuff. And next to the mid-cut switch, we see the standby switch, the little light that shows you that the amp is on, and then the power switch itself. On the back of the amp, we see the power plug. Then we see once again the name, the Joyo JMA15. We see the send, then the return, then the send level. Then we also have the bypass loop, a foot switch plug, and then for your speakers, you get 4, 8, and 16 ohm connections. So pretty much any type of speaker can be connected. Now, underneath the hood, powering this bad boy, you can't see it because I haven't taken all the sides off, which by the way are very easy to take off and get access to the tubes. For the power, we have 2 EL84s, we have 3 EC83s, and a single EC82, and that's for the clean channel. Now, one thing that's also very amazing about this amp is that it's self-biasing. So whatever tubes you want to get, you just stick them in there and they will work in the amp. You can't go out and put, EL34s in there, I don't mean that, but any of the tubes that are like its type, any of those 84s will fit on in there. So it's pretty damn cool. Because a lot of people, they go to get their amps retubed and they're like, oh my God, I gotta have somebody bias it, it's a nightmare, I'm scared of it. You don't have to worry about this at all. Just find the best tube that you wanna get 2 of them, put those EL84s in there and you're up and going. Change out the preamp tubes any way you want. Now myself, I'm gonna change these all out. I love tongue saw tubes, so pretty soon I'll be changing those out. So that's pretty much all the things about the amp. All its power, everything, all the tubes, everything pretty much about its connections, all that stuff. But with that said, let's jump in. Let's check out Jesse Hunter playing this bad boy and how well this thing sounds and how versatile it even is. Joyo says this thing's for metal. I say it's for even more than metal, but it does rock. Let's rock. All right, folks, so there you guys have heard it. The Mjolnir in all its glory. This thing's very versatile, and the best thing about it, it comes with this absolutely cute little foot switch. Isn't it nice, Jesse?
It's the cutest thing ever.
Just like that. Oh, another thing I forgot to tell you guys, we did have one effect running the entire time. Jesse likes his pedal quite a bit, so we got it on here, the Quattro. This is an excellent little pedal. It's one of their absolute best, I think. It's the Iron Man series, and that was the only effect we had other than the guitar. So, you guys heard Jesse play. What is your opinion about this amp after playing through it and jamming through it? Would you want one yourself?
Definitely. What I gotta say is I was really blown away that it's only 20 watts and it's got a lot of bottom end and power and response for only 20 watts. I thought it was actually like 50 watts, and I was, you know, I didn't
20 watts. I mean, yeah, it sounds like a transistor radio. You're thinking 20 watts transistor radio, but no, not at all.
Yeah, it looks nice. It's black. Obviously, anything black. It's like matte. It's like a matte color. It's really light. It's very simple, easy to use. I got it going in just seconds and minutes.
It's really cool too because this thing actually has 4 12AX7 tubes in it for the warm-up tubes. So that's actually really nice. So for the front end, you got those. In the back end, you once again got your EL34s. Sorry, your EL84s, excuse me. And this thing just rocks. Cool things about it too, like I said, it's lunchbox. Has a little handle like this. Didn't come with a carrying case, something Joyo folks might think about. I think this thing should come with its own carrying case, don't you? Because
I definitely think so.
Yeah, you guys should put a carrying case with it because that would be the most ultimate cool thing.
And if it doesn't come with a carrying case, at least a cover to keep some dust off.
Yeah.
That's a good idea, you know?
But I mean,
something like that, but...
What'd you think about the controls and everything compared to like the orange amp that we did the other day?
I really like this. It's got like a... It's black. It's got white on it, and it basically has all the controls. You have your own EQ for each channel, which is a dirty channel and a clean channel. In the clean channel, you can have it pushed or have it normal, which means give you a little bit more of a kind of a grit, a little bit. And then the distortion channel, you have a boost, which kind of boosts the signal a little bit more sustained, a little bit more gain. You also have a mid cut, so if you want to cut the mids, like in the metal section I did, you cut the mids to have it more sound like more of like the Black Album, Metallica, then you kind of want to put that up. If you want it normal, then you put it down. Basically, you kind of want that switch normal if you're soloing to have the mids cut through the mix when you're playing with the band or live or recording or anything like that. So.
I mean, that's actually really awesome. So, like, basically what you said is that compared to the orange, you thought this one had more versatility to control, but you felt that the orange amp had a little bit more of a ballsy lower end?
The difference is the orange amp had a little bit more of a bottom end. I think especially when you turn the gain up, it just really was like roaring. I don't know if it's 20 watts. Is it 20 watts?
No, that one's actually 15 and 7. But there's different tubes in it as well. There's all kinds of different tubes. I might be able to actually change the tubes in this and make this sound even better than the orange amp because tubes actually do have a lot to do with it. I'm not exactly sure what tubes are in this. We actually got this today. As soon as it came in today, I called Jesse. I said, hey man, this stuff's here. Let's get this and record it and get it out. So you guys can see. Now, in America, this thing's only available at a few places. I think right now you can only get it on eBay. It's about $499. If you tell the guy that Tekka Tomorrow or Jack sent you from Joyo, I'm sure the guy will probably give it to you for about $450, which is a lot cheaper than the orange amp, coming in at like $600, $699, depending on where you buy it at. So thanks a lot once again to Jack, to Melody, and to Jerome. Excellent, you guys. Appreciate you guys. Thanks very much for your support. We'll see you guys back here on One Foot Production. Hey, rock and roll.